talk. I almost sung that one song. I'm like, nah, I ain't got no business singing that. We got to talk. I'm still here, but let us talk. We are trying to talk. In today's video, we're talking about pouring into yourself and how much that is worth pouring into yourself. I have been watching a lot of videos, but that's an understatement. A handful of videos in which I've seen people, they just express about working 9 to 5. Now, you guys don't have my perspective just yet, but I can give you a perspective on what I've been through in these number of years that I've been in the workforce. So there's nothing wrong with working hard, but what I advocate for the most on this channel is that if you are pouring into others, because that does count, you're servicing the public, you're working on a job, you service the public in some form or another, then you need to pour into yourself. Now, I spoke about it briefly on a video I uploaded a couple of days ago, but I wanted to go in greater in depth because it does matter. It does matter. Ow! Ow. See, that's why I turned the cam off. I'm being respectful here. It does matter that you need to listen to your body. And I'm not allowed to share it yet, but there was an experience that I had early on, once I got into the workforce, in which I knew that was God speaking to me without actually verbally speaking to me and telling me that I needed to take better care of my temple. And at the time, I was around individuals that wanted me to push when I didn't need to push necessarily during that time. Now, where's a belt? There's a belt. I think I tossed it. Yeah, and did, and can't find it right now. It's okay. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips about how I learned it to better pour into myself. That is the reason why you see the woman that you see today. Oh, fix the collar. Fix the collar. Fix the collar. I myself a jean dress, so I probably should put it through the dryer one more time to knock them wrinkles out, but it's okay. Nice jean dress. So the first things first is that from that incident, it nearly scared me. Let me just be honest with you. It scared me because, and we'll just go ahead and spruce ourselves up while we talk. When this incident took place a few short years ago, first of all, it kind of shook me up a little bit. Scare is not the best word for it. It shook me up. So from that point on, one of the first things I learned is I need to listen to God, and I need to stop hearing God versus listening to God, because that's two different things. Now, as you can see, I'm holding this wig here, hold on for dear life, but it's okay. Every once in a while, we change. So that's one of the first things I learned. I learned that I need to listen to God. I needed to not stop just hearing God and listen to what God was saying to me. So I learned to, when God say rest, you need to rest. Hello, Shar. Hola, ¿cómo estás? We're having another Brave Girl chat. I know it's been a while. That's a whole nother story why it's been a while. But the good news is, what matters is we back. Okay? So we're talking about in this Brave Girl chat how you need to pour into yourself and how much is worth it. And right now I'm going over the key ways that may be keys for you on how you can learn to better pour into yourself. Sound warning. I'm going to try to talk over it. Working out a system here where we can still keep this hair tame. So, I learned that I needed to listen to God. Not that I wouldn't listen to him before, but in this area in particular, I needed to listen to him. So, that first incident, it shook me up. And so, from then on, it wasn't long before I had another opportunity to really listen to God, because a couple months later, that opportunity presented itself. I am. And so by the time, sure enough, it wasn't that long. I think it was the following year is when I had an opportunity to exercise actually listening to God versus, oh, I hear you. Because hearing mean that you heard something that was noise. Forgive me, I just switched the camera. Sorry. When you hear God, it's like, oh, well, it sounds like noise to you. If you ain't careful, you got to be careful about that. When you listen to God, you're taking in consideration that he's not just talking and it's not just noise. Oh, goodness. She is in my thoughts and prayers. She will come out with a speedy recovery. Nothing like grandmothers. You got one that loved the Lord, then I'm pretty sure you know you getting covered, prayed for, and a good belly full of food that tastes good. Okay. Let me pause talking real quick. I'm trying to talk over it, but it's even distracting me. Okay, that's coming out so much better. I need to take a flat iron through this thing. So the next incident presented itself. I had plenty of sick time at the time. Back then they did paid sick time. I don't know if they still do it nowadays with 9-to-5 jobs. So and it took 2 people calling me to say, hey, you need to take this time off. It was shortly after the first incident, I believe. I'm trying to think of chronological order here. And God had a couple rules for me. I didn't do any tasks that I didn't need to do. Somebody else had to handle their stuff. It had to be done in the house. And I focused on resting my body. Because you can go to the doctor. In front of that, the great physician is Jesus. Okay? But sometimes you may need to visit some doctors down here. Okay? I rested my body. That's a big part of recovery. The other part is taking doctor's orders. So whether your doctor is God Almighty, or it shouldn't be an or. Whether your doctor is God Almighty, or additionally you have doctors here on this earth. But there are some good doctors out here. You need to follow the doctor's orders. Follow the great physician's orders, and follow the good doctor you have orders. I'm probably going to have to snip this. Where is my scissors? I feel an uneven piece here. gonna try to finish this first. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up so I'm not gonna be distracted. Here we go. I will not be stopped or distracted. Okay. Okay. All right. I think we're finished here. Unless I have a couple stray hairs. Here I need to make malleable. Whatever. Tame this hair. So during the second incident, I took the time off. Then I learned to, that's when I learned to really pay attention to how my body felt, how my body was responding to rest, medicine, if that was involved, and just the having a good soup, the tea, if it was needed. I began to pay attention to how my body was responding to when I actually, one, listened to God versus hearing him. Two, just allowing a period of rest. Because rest is not just for relaxation, it's also for your recovery. And that became my roadmap of me training my body I don't even have words. That's essentially when you pay attention to your body and take care of essentially what the Bible calls your temple, you're going to have better results when you learn how to listen to your body. And your body will give you signs. You feeling tired and you feel like when you learn to listen to your body and rest, it's going to teach you a lot of great things, because there's going to be a lot of your energy is going to come back. For most people, you'll notice that in different areas, maybe you needed more protein than others. It's going to help with hands, joints, hair, even. Wherever you may have needed protein first. And to put that in front of that, this is not a, I'm not a medical professional. Let me just be the first to say that. Yeah. About how pouring into yourself is well worth it. So I've had two very pivotal incidents in which I have shared that I needed to learn to pay attention to my body, especially since I've been in the workforce. This was earlier in the workforce that I learned to pay attention to my body, take the time off. I don't believe that they have paid sick time these days. Y'all can let me know in the comments for those that are watching back. And then also, I just felt like it was just, once I rested and learned to train my body to rest it, it taught me that I needed to definitely allow for that period. If you're a person like myself, you just going and going and going, and that seems like that's what the culture is as far as 9 to 5, and as far as hustle culture, I'm not against it. And as a matter of fact, I respect it. But you need to carve out a lane for you to rest a little bit. You're gonna need a break. Put that time off to use. Even if you don't work the traditional workforce, carve out the time to rest. You ever wonder why? Of course, all of us didn't grow up this way, but if you were in that bunch where they told you as a kid that you need to take a nap, there's nothing like a powerful nap. Power. That's just what they are. Powerful. Now you got to be careful that you don't wake up at nighttime thinking it's morning time. Okay, just be careful about that. All right. Just don't do that. Definitely. Rebuke that in Jesus. Another thing it taught me, it's this was the precursor to when I went plant-based. When I went plant-based, I just dove in all the way. But there were years prior that kind of had me dive into. I tried tofu prior to being plant-based for 3 years. That's the short end of the story for that. Because we staying on topic here. It began to teach me what I needed to eat so that I could feel better immediately. Because you can rest, but you need all of the elements. You need rest in there prominently. If you have medicine, put that in there. Pray to God you have a great doctor. Okay. Then you need to watch what you're eating, because your food is what you eat in comparison with resting. And then if you have medicine that you're needing to take temporarily, that's going to lead to your complete recovery. A lot of times it's what we eat that will cause the problem, because there's a go always on 10 type of thing going on. Essentially, it is going to lead to you choosing the convenient food. It's never been safe back then, and it sure ain't safe now. I'm just saying, you could have a treat, but you need to let God lead you as to what you're eating as treats as well. Maybe you need to cut back and maybe have a fat-free version of it if it's available, or learn how to make the fat-free version or the low-carb version, or whatever your dietary needs are. I'm not a dietitian nor am I a medical professional. I'm just sharing my experience. Also, a few short years ago, might have been 2 or 3, this is also a part of pouring into yourself as well. Learning capacity, learning to set your capacity for what you will or will not be able to do without you borderline wearing yourself out. I learned that capacity. It came to a point that I had so much on my plate, and I won't say what those things were, that God literally had to move a thing off the plate. And he literally took the choice out my hands, because he knew I wouldn't be able to upkeep everything. And a lot of times you're wanting to have conversations with places, conversations with people, or whatever the situation is, and to let them know that, okay, I need a break in this area. And sometimes the situation in whichever individuals are involved, what is a break? Huh? They doing the Scooby-Doo. They don't. What is a break? Not even realizing that the human body is the most complex machine ever known to man. That's how God created it. It is to be respected, but it is also to be rested and restored. That's why God put those cycles of cell regenerate, whatever they call. I'm not a medical professional. I've never been to medical school, and I don't know why I'm being led this way. That's why our body is designed to recover itself. But if you never rest it, it never gets a chance to show out for you in the way that it was designed to. You feel me? And it needs to be able to show out for you. It needs to be able to function the way that it was designed to. And if you never rest it, here's your whole system, like, and sister girl, dramatization here. Sister girl took a break since 19 $99. I think she got a whole lot in her PTO. Or maybe there's no PTO. Girl ain't took off not now time. She just go from one thing to the next. Or if you're a man watching this, the man take a vacation in 10 years. I'm just making this up. And your body's like, I would really like to boost their system in every way, in their organs or whatever it is, but they're not allowing me to do. Like, we'll ever have a break to show them what we could do. All the cells talking to each other, all your organs talking to. Is anybody gonna have a break? Huh? I wish I had costumes to just dress up and for each area. Is she gonna let us recover and replenish? Is she gonna, or is he gonna let us do any of that? I mean, all we need is a nap, or all we need. Your body know what it needs, just like God know what he needs. God knows what your body needs because he made it. I'm not sure what WSG means. Hello, Lily Slay Queen. Well, we're having a Brave Girl chat about pouring into yourself and how much is worth it. And I'm just sharing a couple things that helped me that hopefully might help you or anybody watching once they run this back. You have to give your body a chance to do what it was designed to do. Yes, your body was designed to work and do all this other stuff. It's also designed to rest. And sometimes, maybe because of culture, maybe because of upbringing, maybe because of what they've experienced in the workforce, however long you've been in the workforce, there's a resistance and you're afraid. We're not saying quit. Continue to work, but carve you out a day or an hour within that day, some type of time where it's like, you know what? Let's have a nap. You know what? Let's soak these feet. You know what? Let's go to the salon. Let somebody else do it. You need that. And then you wonder why your organs and your system's looking at you like, we ain't had a chance to really. I mean, we were designed to knock that cough out. We were designed to knock that out. Why aren't they letting us? You know? Every time I've had a point where I've had to listen to my body, it's come close where it's like, hey, you should have listened about a week ago, sister. Now the moment, I've been in practice of it for so long that the moment I feel like I need to rest, I'm like, okay, God, what we doing? How can we rest? And somehow or another, because there's no way I could figure this out. God got the answers, all of them. I need you to do this, this, and this, and I need you to just rest. For a person that is accustomed to working nearly all of the time, to tell a person that do that all the time, hey, you need to rest for a couple days. What? You'll feel yourself fighting it once you're first trying to become accustomed to it. And if you've been raised that way, or if you it comes from working in the workplace and you picked up that culture, ain't nothing wrong with it. But if you don't rest, the way I see it is tired people don't do great, efficient jobs. Run down people don't do great, efficient jobs. Well rested people do. Well rested don't mean, oh, I did this sleeping all day. No, sometimes all you need is just one good hour, one good 30 minutes. Go on a vacation for a week or a day or so, or a weekend. Only between you and God know what you need. But you need it. Eventually, you're going to need to stop putting it off. Eventually, you're going to need to stop it. Eventually, you're going to need to hang up the coat, hang up the uniform temporarily, say, hey, I'll be back. You'll see me in a such and such. And then come back, because it makes a physical difference. I have looked at photos of myself, and I'm just like, you could see the difference. Now I encourage you to look at photos of yourself. One where you're overworked, the other one once you finally took the time out for yourself for vacation or whatever it is. And you will be able to see, dang, I look well rested. And the more you do it, the more you're going to like it. The more efficient that you're going to work. The more your work is going to come out pristine. The better quality of work that you're going to put out when you're well rested. Continue to work, and ain't got nothing against it. But you need to carve out that time for yourself, because it does matter. You will get to a point that if you don't, you're pouring out so much to people, places, things, that you find yourself emptying yourself out. And then next thing you know, you feel like you're just working just to work, or pouring into others. You're just giving so much of yourself. Where you just, I want you to sit there and do that if you haven't done it yet. Take a good 5 minutes. Do I have any of myself left for myself? I want you to think about that. You ain't got to give an answer immediately. How much do I have any of myself left for myself? At the end of the day, before you go to bed, do I have anything left of myself to give to myself? If the answer is no, or you're hemming and hawing, or you don't have a definite answer, you probably have given all of yourself for the day, even if that day is today. And you need to take that back. You need to take at least a good 20, 50, 75, 98-ish of yourself. Take that back. We're not saying don't be giving of yourself, because the Bible says it's more blessed to give than receive. God also ain't raised no fool. I'm thinking of also where he says he shall beautify the meek with salvation. I'm also thinking of, may the Lord be gracious to you. He make his face to shine upon you. I forgot the name of the man in the Bible. He had a whole lot going on in his life. I forgot the man's name. But one key thing I remembered. That man was so famished and tired and mad and frustrated, whatever he was going through. God said, here, have something to eat. Have a sandwich. Take a nap. That man ate and took a nap. That man ate and took a nap. He said, all right, fam, I'm finna roll over. Woke up, was refreshed to finish what God called him to do. Oh, he was ready for battle. Or for whatever it was. I'm like, if that's what a sandwich or whatever he had to eat back in those Bible days. He said, here, have something to eat. Go to sleep. Woke up a new man. A whole lot of, there's been a whole lot of pivotal and very, very, very important and influential people in the Bible that went through so much, that God carved out places and carved out seasons for them to rest, because he knew they needed it to, one, restore them, and two, to give them a second wind to continue to go forward. He here, have something to eat, take a nap. Woke up like a brand new man. Could you imagine if he just kept on around here? They call it hangry now. Hungry and anger together. You don't want to be in the room too long with nobody that's hangry. Hungry and angry. Hangry. Okay. Because I ain't finna, I can't tell you what finna go down if you don't get that person calm and them something to eat and to drink. Okay? I cannot tell you that. If that doesn't show you the power of the power of what rest can do for a person, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know. there's literally, just literally based off of that Bible story alone lets you know that the physical nap is what God told that man to take. But the purpose of the nap, he used it to restore him. The food, he needed fuel. He needed to be energized. He needed his strength. We don't eat to live. We how did they say it? We don't live to eat, we eat to live. Forgive me, I got my words mixed up. He needed that physical food for his strength. But he didn't just need strength. He also needed to rest in addition to getting his strength from filling his belly up with food. I'm not going to drag on any longer because I feel like what's been said needed to have been said. But for those just joining the live, you can run it back because I'm putting this up. But if you would like to see more videos like this where I'm having these chats, then on either side, when it allows me, there shall be a playlist for you all to enjoy. And if you don't remember anything else from this live, once you do run it back, there is a lot of impact in resting and carving out time frames for you to rest. Even if those time frames are a few short days. You will be a better, efficient sister, brother, husband, wife, single person, married person. I'm a single person still. You will be a better overall well-rounded person. The key to that, make sure you listen to what God is telling you. And in case you're not talking to the Almighty God, now's the perfect time to get connected with him. Ask him to come into your heart. I'm for real, not just saying this, for real. Like, once you get on God's team, like, you covered. He got you. He got you. You're a new creature. Until next time. Make sure you get that rest in the middle of you working, okay?